Hello, everyone out there in YouTube land. Welcome back to Diego Knows. I am Diego, and today we're going to continue to talk about Officer and Gentleman. That's right, Officer and Gentleman. Okay, we love this movie, don't we? I know I do. I think it's great. Okay, well, it's not that great, but it is better than a lot of the fucking romantic movies that I've seen. It's a hell of a lot more realistic. I mean, there's some fanciful shit in there. I mean, how do you get your main character? How are we supposed to relate to a guy who grew up in a fucking whorehouse? Okay, most of us didn't grow up in a fucking whorehouse, but Zach Mayo did, and that's our fucking main character. Okay, so we need to relate to him. Okay, well that right there is a bad sign because most of us did not grow up in a fucking whorehouse. Okay, so we don't understand what that's like. We don't know what it's like to make a girl come when we were fucking 12 years old. Okay, we don't know what that's like. All right, so. So it's not that relatable, all right? Okay, but there's some good stuff in here. I mean, at least he acts like a man in this movie. This is a 1982 movie, back when men acted like men, okay? They didn't fucking wear dresses and shit like that, okay? They actually acted like men, all right? And that's what this movie's about. It's about a man, Zach Mayo, played by Richard Gere, who's on his way to become a gentleman. Like that's the main point of the movie, is that he's trying to learn how to be an honorable human being because he starts off as an asshole. Now, we understand why he's that way. We see a bit of his childhood. We see how his father was. We know his mother killed herself. So we understand, that he feels like an outsider. He grew up in the fucking Philippines, okay? The only white kid out there, So he feels like an outsider, and he still feels that way even though he's back in America now. Okay, but he wants to belong. He wants to be a gentleman. He wants to actually have some sort of a social status. He wants to do something with his life. Unlike his father who's a fucking drunk, fucking whore chasing piece of shit. He knows that he has it within himself to be a drunk, whore chasing piece of shit, and he doesn't necessarily want that for his life. He wants to be better than his father. He wants to stick it to his dad and show him that he's a better man than his dad ever was. Okay, that's kind of what he's got to prove. And unfortunately, he had no mother influence growing up, so this is like his one shot to prove to himself and to everyone else that he's worth something. Okay, that he's not just some piece of shit. So that's what he's trying to do here. Now, having said all that, none of this is the reason that you came to watch this movie. Okay, it's not the reason you watch this movie. You watch this movie because of Paula. That's Deborah Winger's character. Okay, because you got this redneck honky tonk girl growing up in this shithole fucking town right outside of a fucking military base, working in a fucking factory with her best friend and her mom. Yeah, okay, she's 20 years old, she's hot, she's got no fucking job prospects. The idea of going to college never even entered her fucking mind, okay? She's just stuck there, and the only way to get out of this fucking shithole rinky-dink fucking honky-tonk town is to marry a fucking officer candidate, okay? That's the only way to get out, okay? That's what her and Lynette are trying to do. Now, they don't say that, okay? Well, Lynette says it later on. In fact, in this next scene I'm about to talk about, okay? But that's basically what happens, okay? Now, I went to boot camp. It wasn't like this. This is fucking Disney World compared to the fucking boot camp that I went to. They're on a fucking resort, man. This is nothing like what I had to fucking go through. Oh my God, they get weekends off. They get to fucking wear their uniforms outside in the civilian world. They get to fucking get laid and go on boats, and get drunk and fucking go to clubs. And what the fuck, man? There's like no fucking military fucking boot camp that I ever fucking went to. That's for fucking sure. But anyway, so yeah, they have dances and shit. What the fuck? You think we had a fucking dance at MCRD San Diego? Fuck no. We didn't see we couldn't even fucking touch a girl for like 3 fucking months. Yeah, this is bullshit, man. Anyway, moving right along. So that's going on with him, okay? He's a big asshole, okay? And his drill instructor, Gunny Foley, his platoon sergeant, basically calls him out on it, catches him with some contraband, he punishes him, he ITs him. That's incentive training, for those of you who don't know, okay? Basically, he gets smoked, okay? He's forced to do physical exercises all fucking weekend long until the drill instructor gets tired. Then he proves himself to the drill instructor. He does his whole, he does that whole fucking shit, whole drama queen shit there. And so drill instructor Foley decides to keep him, to let him stay in the class. Not necessarily that he's going to graduate, but that he can continue his training, okay? Because once he finishes this school, if he graduates this school, he'll officially become an officer, and then he goes to another school for the basic flighting school, and then after that, if he gets what he wants, which is jets, he wants to fly jets, then he'll go to jet aviation school, okay? So he's got more schools to go to progress through, okay? So anyway, so he's there. He decides to stay there. He got a big kick in the ass, all right? Basically, he was humbled. He was humbled. He was forced to reveal something to the drill instructor that he didn't want to reveal. Now, I think he's already impressed with Gunny Foley because Gunny Foley actually saved a man's life in one of the classes that he was taking when Daniels, that fucking pussy piece of shit fucking David Caruso from CSI Miami, when he fucking panicked underwater, and he fucking attacked, he attacked the fucking scuba diver that was supposed to save his life, so Gunny had to jump in the water to save him and do CPR bar right in front of the whole class. Okay, well, I think Zach Mayo was very impressed by this. He's impressed by this guy. This guy's a hard ass. You know, of course he is. He's a drill instructor, okay? He talks down to everybody, but he does it to motivate them to be better. He wants to see what they're made of. And so far, what Gunny Foley has seen is Zach is a fucking asshole. He's a selfish fucking prick. Doesn't give a shit about anybody but himself. That's why he's selling fucking military fucking uniform items to the other fucking candidates. He's selling it to them, okay? Because he's trying to make money. He's got a side hustle going on here, okay? But he's starting to break out of that, okay? Now, he's made one friend, Sid, I think his name's Sid Worley, or Sid Foley or something like that. He's made one friend, okay? And they're both double dating these two different girls, okay? Lynette and fucking Paula, okay? So he's got one friend, that's it, okay? So he gets smoked, and he decides he's gonna start helping the other candidates, okay? Because he realizes something about himself, okay? He realizes that all the shit that Gunny was taunting him about him not being good enough, that he thinking that the rest of the class is better than him, and he knows it deep down inside, okay? That he doesn't have what it takes to make it as an officer, and he's gonna fucking fail like he's failed at everything else in his fucking life, that deep down inside he really does believe those things about himself, okay? Well, he's been forced to admit that yes, he does believe those things, but he's not going to let these things stop him, okay? And that's the reason he acts like such an asshole. That's the reason he doesn't have any friends. That's the reason he's never had a girlfriend, okay? So he doesn't know how to relate to people, okay? That's why he's an outsider. That's why he's always been an outsider. It's not his fault. He grew up in the fucking Philippines, the only white kid in the fucking Philippines. His dad didn't even fucking want him, so his dad treated him like shit. All his dad wanted to do is drink beer and fucking chase whores, okay? You know, so it wasn't that much of a childhood. He doesn't understand how to relate to people. He doesn't understand how to form relationships, meaningful relationships, which are give and take. You know, you have to sacrifice or at least put on the line some of your own emotions, knowing that you might get hurt. But you have to do that anyway, because that's how you build trust. That's how you build relationships. He doesn't know how to do that. Okay, and if he gets close to it, he gets scared. Okay, he's not gonna tell you that he's scared, but he's very scared. Like he tells Paula when they're in bed together, he says, "You're all alone in this world. Once you get that down, nothing can hurt you." He doesn't want to get hurt. He's talking about how strong he is, how nothing can hurt. That's because he's afraid of getting hurt. So he's got all the defenses up there. Now he meets Paula, the redneck girl. Okay, he hasn't fallen in love with her yet, I don't think, but he likes her a lot. He definitely likes having sex with her. Okay, he doesn't have sex with her the way he would like a prostitute or a girl or a one night stand or a girl he's just fucking. He's actually making love to her, and I was impressed by that because you know, I mean, even me, man, I don't even fucking make love to every fucking girl I sleep with. Okay. Most of us don't. If we're making love to you, that means we're emotionally invested in you. That's a different thing. Okay, that's not fucking porn star sex. That's not fucking watching porn, okay? That's something else, okay? And that's what he's doing, you can tell. That's why she's straddling him. That's why he's fucking kissing her all over the fucking place and shit, you know? That's why he's holding her a certain way, okay? Because he's acting like he's got feelings for her, but he's not going to admit that, okay? Now, Paula also has feelings. You can tell that she's developing feelings for Zach, but she ain't going to fucking tell him that. She's going to play coy, but she's wearing her emotions on her sleeve. So, you know, obviously, look at what she says, then look at her, okay? She doesn't believe the bullshit that she's saying, okay? So when Zach Mayo feeds her some bullshit about how fucking nothing, you know, you're all alone in this world, you know, once you figure that out, once you got that down, nothing can hurt you, okay? She can sense bullshit herself because she's bullshitting him. She's telling him that she doesn't care, that he's just someone to have fun with until he graduates his class, becomes an officer, and leaves. That's all she's looking at him as. She's nothing else, okay? Which is bullshit, because we can tell that she cares about this guy, okay? She cooks him fucking breakfast in the morning. Name one fucking woman today in 2023 that's gonna fucking cook breakfast for a guy that she just fucked last night. Okay, get the fuck out. I'm not talking about your boyfriend or girlfriend. I'm talking about you just met him the other night. You're going to cook him fucking breakfast and then get the fuck out of here, man. That never fucking happens. That never fucking happens, all right? So anyway, you know, not today anymore, okay? But Paula's very feminine. That's what I like about her. It adds to her. It adds to the believability of their relationship because Zach is a very masculine guy. Look at the way he holds his emotions together, okay? He's a very masculine guy, and he knows how to fucking fight, okay? Whereas Paula's very feminine. You know, she wears her emotions on her sleeve, but she tries to be coy about it. But she acts like a girl. She wears dresses. You know, she puts on makeup. You know, she fucking, she walks around like a girl, okay? And that's very attractive for a man. It really is. And girls don't do that shit anymore. I mean, they still do, but you won't see that on TV shows or movies. They don't do that shit anymore. They all think they're fucking boss bitches. You know what happens, ladies? When everyone's a fucking boss bitch, none of you are. That's what. Okay? So anyway, moving right along. So where we left off last time, they just finished having some making love. Okay, and he told her all that shit. He explained to her, he shared to her that his mother committed suicide when he was a young boy, okay, and that he hates her for that because she never even said goodbye to him. She never even left a note, okay. So that all happened, okay? That whole exchange there happened, And then Paula shares to him that she always fantasized about becoming an officer candidate herself and being a pilot. And Zach told her, why don't you do it? What's stopping you? There's nothing stopping you. And she's like, oh, I'm a girl. That's no excuse. That's no excuse for not going out there and getting what you want, And she's like, well, how do you know I'm not going out and getting what I want? In other words, she's talking about him, okay? She wants him. She wants to fucking him to put a ring on it. That's what she wants. To get the fuck out of that jerkwater town. That's what she wants. That's what she's pursuing. Okay, why fucking have to go to OCS and all that fucking hardship and all that fucking college and all that fucking studying and all that fucking IT and have some drill instructor in your fucking face and all that shit? Why have to go through all that when you can just marry a guy, and he can go through all that. And you'll reap all the benefits, You'll get the insurance, you'll get the free housing, you'll get the free fucking food allowance, you'll get the free fucking everything. God damn, man, what you want to talk about a fucking racket? Holy shit. Anyway. Yeah, so that's going on here. All right. The very next scene that we see here is Paula is on the ferry. Sorry. First of all, I'm Diego. I'm going to give you a straight man's fucking point of view. All right. If you cannot handle the way I'm talking to you right now, get the fuck out of here. Okay. I will not lie to you. Okay. And I'm not going to spare your fucking feelings either. Okay. Okay. I'm going to give it to you straight up, baby, with no lube. No lube. The real question you need to ask yourself is, can you handle it? Can you handle the truth? Because I don't think you can. In fact, I know you can't. Okay, I'm going to give it to you anyway, okay? Because I'm going to tell you the truth about these fucking romantic movies, all right? From a straight guy's, but that's the point of view you never got. That's the difference, okay? This is shit your boyfriend didn't tell you, your husband didn't tell you, your dad didn't tell you, your brother didn't tell you. I got nothing to gain by lying to you. I got nothing to gain by lying to you, all right? So where did we leave off last time? Okay, so now we got Paula and Lynette are on the ferry. Now I don't know if they're leaving the island, which is where the military base is, or if they're coming from the island, or they're going to the island. I don't fucking know. We don't really, I'm guessing they're leaving the island, because the last thing we saw was Paula and Zach together in a fucking motel bumping uglies. All right, so anyway, Lynette's there, and Paula's there, and they're on the ferry. And basically Lynette says, like, she says, like, do you ever think, asks Paula, Lynette tells Paula, because if she would ever get pregnant, just to keep Zach from leaving her, and Paula is just like, no way, I would never do that. Would you? Okay, and Lynette says, like, I don't know. Because Lynette's hot, she's a hot blonde, okay, but she's a fucking bitch. You can tell her attitude, everything, she's a fucking bitch. She gives it up right away. She gave it up to Sid right away. Okay, she's just there to fucking get hers. Okay, I don't think she gives two fucking shits about Sid. She just wants some motherfucker to fucking put a ring on her so she can get the fuck out of that town and not have to work at that bullshit fucking factory. Okay, where Paula works, but at least Paula's is there with her mom. Lynette's there with nobody. Okay, so anyway, so that's going on, and she tells Paula that I don't know, I might just lie about being pregnant. She's like, 3 months ain't enough time to get some guy to fall in love with you. Well, 3 fucking months, get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. You think you're going to fall in love in 3 months? I guess it's possible, okay? But you already knew these guys were going to leave when they got there. You already knew the day that you were there the day they got there, okay? You know their fucking training schedule. These women, dude, they're real. I've seen them. When I checked into my fucking military base at Fort Knox, Kentucky, to go to tank school, they were right there in the fucking parking lot. They know exactly what day we're going to arrive, and they know when we're going to leave, too. So they got like 3 months to fucking get us. Okay, and only if you're a fucking idiot, which unfortunately, let's face it, the Marine Corps, first year Marine, most of us are fucking 18, 19 years old. Of course, we're a bunch of fucking dumb fucks. Okay, we're gonna fall for it. We're thinking, oh my gosh, she loves me and free pussy. No, it ain't fucking free. It ain't fucking free, okay? Once she latches onto you, you're gonna get her out of that fucking shithole town, and once she gets established in the fucking base housing and all that kind of fucking shit, okay, she's gonna start fucking someone with a much higher fucking rank than you right away. Right away, okay? Ain't nothing shit you can do about it, okay? She don't give two shits about you. You were her fucking meal ticket out of there, okay? And if the women is desperate enough, which a lot of these girls are, they will fucking take anybody. They'll get the most unattractive the fat ass. Well, Marines aren't really fat. We're not allowed to be fat. But they'll get the most unattractive guy, the most dumb fuck guy, candidate, recruit, whatever you want to call it, okay? Get the most dumb fuck guy to fall in love with them, okay? So that he can fucking put a ring on it and get them the fuck out of that shithole town. Okay, and once they're there, then they'll fucking start cheating on him and stuff, and start falling in love with another guy, who gets paid more and has a higher rank. That's exactly how it fucking works, okay? And you have to have been there to know. I've been there. I know what it's like to live on a fucking military base, to be single on a military base. I know what it's like to date women on a fucking military base. I've dated women in the military and civilians, okay? It ain't fucking easy. Okay, there's a lot of fucking tricks they're trying to fucking pull on you. And if you're not fucking smart, you're gonna fall for it. I almost fell for it. Thank God I saw this fucking movie before I went into boot camp, all right? But yeah, they try to pull this shit on me too. You know, of course they did. What the fuck? Anyway, so she says, like, 3 months ain't enough time for them to fall in love with us, You know, it ain't long enough to get a guy to fall in love with us, Well, well, actually, it's not, okay? Like I said before, okay, if you're a low-value guy, if you're a guy who cannot talk to women, if you're unattractive, you have no personality, you're shy around girls, all that kind of shit, okay, then no, it's not going to be difficult to get a guy like that to fall in love with you, okay? Especially if you're hot, okay? They do it I've seen it happen millions of times. Okay, man, not millions. I've seen it happen hundreds of times. I've seen it happen, okay? I've seen it happen, okay? There's a lot of fucking men that are suckers out there. There's a lot of them. Unfortunately, I hate to say that about my own fucking gender. There's a lot of guys that are sucker and so fucking desperate for pussy, they will latch on to the first fucking woman that fucking bashes their eyelashes at him. Okay? Unfortunately, it's fucking true. It's something you need to know about the Marines, okay? And I don't know about the other branches of service because I was only in the Marines. I was never in any other branch of service, okay? But a lot of the guys that join the Marines, they join the Marines because they want to be tough, because they want to be big and strong, they want to be courageous, they want to be tough motherfuckers. You know why they want to be like that? Because they're not. Because they're not. Okay? These are the guys that were fucking bullied in fucking high school, that couldn't get laid in high school. Okay? And they think that if they join the Marines, it's going to turn them into a fucking stud. Well, it's not. It's not. What it's going to do is going to bring out what's already there. If you're a coward inside, it's going to be exposed for the whole fucking world to see. Okay? If you are courageous inside, that will come out for the whole world to see too. Okay? It just brings out what's already there. It doesn't turn you into something else. You see what I mean? Like even Zach Mayo in his boot camp here, okay, he got exposed as being a selfish asshole. That came out. And under stress, that's who he really was. So he's got something to do about it. He's got to do something about it. Okay? And the best way to get a new education, okay, to change your behaviors is to get fucking humbled. Okay? Get fucking humbled. And he got humbled all weekend. That's why fucking Gunny fucking IT'd him all fucking weekend, all right? So anyway, yeah. So it's very easy for these women, especially girls that look like fucking Lynette and Paula, to get some fucking, some fucking, I don't know, some fucking loser to fucking fall in love with them, all right? So Paula tells Paula's being like the good guy here. She's telling Lynette, like, that doesn't justify you trying to trap him just because it takes too long. It's not enough time for him to fall in love with you. That doesn't justify you trapping him, And Lynette was like, well, it's no better than the way these hotshot assholes use us. And then they ditch us like we're trash. Well, yeah, that's what you do to trash. You throw it away. You dumb bitch. You think you're not trash? Okay? You act like trash. How do you think the guys are going to fucking treat you? God damn it. You're over here pissed off. You got a fucking candy store here. You're fucking selling candy. The guy comes into your fucking store. He buys some fucking candy. You're all fucking happy. And then you're looking out the window and you see him go into a fucking restaurant and eat a fucking steak. And then you're fucking pissed off at him for eating fucking steak instead of eating your fucking candy. Well, bitch, you weren't fucking selling steak. All you were selling was fucking candy. Okay? The analogy here is that you're leading with your pussy. That's all you had to offer anybody is your fucking pussy. You got nothing else going for you. You got nothing else. She fucked Sid the very first night she met him. Well, no. The first night they talked to each other. Okay? She actually saw him doing push-ups a month earlier. Okay? But yeah, she fucked him right away. Hey, Paula fucked Zach right away too. We didn't see it, but we know that they went off into the fucking sand somewhere. So I'm pretty sure they got laid over there too. Yeah, got sand in their crotch. But anyway, yeah, so I mean, she led with her pussy. What do you expect? If all you're selling is your fucking snatch, don't get mad if they want to buy something else from someone else. You see what I mean? She leaves with her pussy. What the fuck do you think you're going to get? What the fuck do you think you're going to get? God damn it. And you call us stupid? Jesus. Anyway. Yeah, that's all she's fucking selling is her fucking snatch. She got nothing else going on. She's selling her ass. And then she's pissed off that a guy wants more than just that. Get the fuck out of here, all right? So anyway, so that's going on here, She's the shit she's complaining to them about is the same shit she's doing. She's just using him. She's using him to get the fuck out of town. Of course she's using you for your pussy. What the fuck else did you offer him? Nothing. You didn't offer him nothing. What else you got? You got nothing. You got nothing else to offer him. What, loyalty? What, care? Do you give a shit about him? Do you ask him, is anything that he tells you important to you? Do you want to get to know him more? Do you want him to get to know you more? No! You're offering him your pussy so that he can get you the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. God damn it, man. And it's so fucking true, man. Obviously, I've got a lot to say about this, okay? I'm thinking about someone right now who tried to pull this shit on me on the fucking at Fort Knox, Kentucky, okay, when I was stationed there. And it's shit, and thank God I saw this movie first, all right? Anyway, so that's going on here, okay? So she's basically mad at him for doing the same shit that she's fucking doing. Using him. Okay, so anyway. So she tells Paula, well, don't you ever feel like these guys are using us? Like this is all I get for my trouble? You know? And the son of a bitch ought to be paying for it? Get the fuck, you're gonna try to monetize your fucking feelings? Get the fuck out of here, you dumb fucking bitch. See guys, this is the reason you gotta wear a fucking condom. You gotta wear a condom for fucking bitches just like this. Not only because she's probably got fucking AIDS, okay? But also because, dude, she's gonna fucking try to trap your ass. Trap your ass, okay? And pulling out doesn't always work, unfortunately, you know? That whole bullshit, yeah, my dick's like the fucking Santa Fe River, it always knows when to pull out. No, that doesn't work all the time, okay? I know, I'm a fucking dad, okay? All right, anyway, moving right along. Okay, yeah, so he ought to be paying for it. Oh, fuck you, you bitch, okay? You know, she's the one using him. Maybe she ought to fucking pay for it, huh? Yeah, how you like them apples? All right, anyway, so Paula doesn't agree with her. She's the good guy here in this scene. All right, so the next thing we see here is Zach is having dinner in his uniform, in his alpha uniform, his sexy black uniform, you know. He's there at the kitchen table at Paula's house now. Okay, yeah, so Paula invited him to meet her family. Okay, so he's having dinner at her house, so Paula's sitting next to him, her mom's sitting next to her, and fucking I guess Paula's younger sister is just giving him fuck me eyes. She can't even look at her food; she's just staring at Zach. Okay, and how fucking hot he is. And you can tell what she's thinking about while she's looking at him. All right. Anyway, so Zach has dinner with Paula's family, okay? And also Paula's dad, or we think it's her dad, we find out later on it's her stepdad, okay? Paula's stepdad is looking at fucking Zach as well, but he ain't giving him fuck me eyes. He's giving him fuck you eyes, okay? Whereas Paula's sister's looking at him like that. Paula's dad is looking at him like, like that, you know, like he wants to fucking kick his ass or some shit. And by the way, I recognize the actor. The actor that plays Paula's dad, his name is Victor French. Okay, now there's a show I used to watch when I was a kid called Highway to Heaven. I don't know if you ever saw that show, Highway to Heaven with Michael Landon. Michael Landon has the distinction of being in 3 very popular television series in his career. He started off on Bonanza, which lasted a long time. Okay, and then he was on Little House on the Prairie. I watched that show too, which lasted a long time. And then he was on Highway to Heaven. Okay, which lasted a long time, and then he passed away, unfortunately. Okay, but the show that he was on, the third show, he was on Highway to Heaven. I've watched that. I watched some of the reruns with my son, especially the one that had the fucking the retarded kid. Remember him? And the one who set the bed on fire. Remember that one? The kid who couldn't walk. These are my wish candles. Get out the fire. Remember that one? He's my father. Remember that one? Okay. Sorry. That's the last one I saw of my son anyway. We watched those old episodes every once in a while. Anyway, Victor French was on that show. He was on Highway to Heaven. He played the human guy that used to drive the fucking Michael Landon, the angel, around. Okay, and every week they would have a new adventure, help someone's life and shit. Anyway, so I recognize him. So here he doesn't say much, just staring there looking at Zach like that, dude. Like, what the fuck, dude? And with the way Zach handles it, exactly the way I would have handled it, too. All right. So he's still having their dinner there, okay? Okay, and he actually brought, we find out that he actually brought, what's her name? Paula's mom. I think her name is Elizabeth or Alicia or something like that. Or Edith, something like that. He brought her flowers. So I thought that was nice. You know, that was a very gentlemanly thing to do. So he started to change. He started to realize, hey, listen, you know, how I present myself to people is important, you know? So that's going on. Zach tells her, Paul's mom, he's got 3 more weeks before he graduates. You know, and she tells him, well, those 3 weeks are the hardest. You know, of course they're the hardest. Because he's got to make a fucking decision if he's going to fucking carry Paula along with him. You know, if she's going to ride on his back for the rest of the 3 weeks, or if he's going to fucking ditch her. You know, so that's going on. Okay. And to graduate. Okay. And then he points out that he notices that fucking that Paula's dad is staring at him. Okay. And he just had enough of it. He's like, excuse me, sir, you know, I've been noticing that you've been over here looking at my food, staring at my food, or are you staring at me? You know, and he looks at him, and the guy's like, no, I ain't staring at you. Like, you know, it's like, I would have been like, excuse me, is there something wrong? Okay, is there a reason you're looking at me that way? That's exactly how I would have handled it. Okay, but Zach's a little bit nicer than me because there's nothing more fucking annoying than that. You know, you're over here trying to be nice to everybody, and there's this one motherfucker who's just staring you down like this. You're like, who the fuck are you? You know, and you can't fucking stop looking. Okay, when someone's looking at me that way, you know, I'll try to ignore it as best I can, but if it's just becoming overbearing, I was like, okay, this is a fucking elephant in the room, and I'm gonna fucking call it. Hey, dude, what the fuck are you looking at me for? Like, what, are you in love with me? Do I owe you money? Did I fuck your wife? I mean, what the fuck? You know, that's the way I would handle it, but you know, oh well, you know, that's just me. I wasn't in the Navy, I was in the Marines. All right, so that's going on. Yeah, so he called him out on that, and kudos. That's something a man would do. That is something a man would do, okay? If the guy's fucking giving him the evil eye, you know, yeah, call him out on that shit, absolutely, okay? So Paula's mom, her name's Esther, sorry. Paula's mom, her name is Esther. Esther calms down the whole situation. Oh, no, he's not staring at you, you know, okay? And Zach and Paula leave. They make an excuse. They go outside, oh, the food was delicious. This is the best food I've had in a long time. Thank you, ma'am, that kind of shit, right? And him and Paula go outside, okay? And Paula apologizes to Zach for bringing him here. Oh, I'm sorry, I was so embarrassing. I'm so embarrassed, you know, the way my sister was looking at you, the way my stepdad was looking at you, you know, oh God, you know. Anyway, and then Zach tells her, he's like, hey man, your folks, man, they're so uptight, you know. He's like, I feel sorry for you, you know, okay. And then, of course, they're walking, you know, hand in hand now, okay, like boyfriend and girlfriend, even though they're not. Okay, you can tell that Paula really wants them to be boyfriend and girlfriend. Of course she does. That's a real, fuck all that shit she said to fucking Lynette earlier about she would never trap him, okay? Fuck yeah, she would trap him. She's so invested in this guy, it's so fucking obvious, okay, that she'll do anything to keep him, okay? She's not gonna let him make his own fucking decision. She's gonna try to manipulate him, okay, because she doesn't want to lose this guy. She does not want it. It's so fucking obvious, okay? And don't think for one fucking second that Zach isn't aware that she is a hell of a lot more into him than he is into her. Okay. Now, I think he is into her as much as he's capable of because he did share some personal information. He did tell her about his mom's suicide, you know, and so like you don't tell that to some girl you're just boning. Like you don't tell that to some fuck buddy. Okay, unless it's like someone you're really close to and then you end up having sex. Okay, because I've done that before. Okay, but if it's a girl that you only know this way, you don't fucking tell her that shit. If it's just a girl that you just having sex with, you're not really emotionally invested with, you don't reveal personal information like that. Okay, but he did. Okay, so I'm guessing he's kind of really starting to like her a lot. All right, but not as much as she is. Okay, because remember, he's just going to go off to another school. She's stuck there. All right, so that's going on. Okay, he tells her he's going to go to basic flight school after this. If he graduates, he goes to basic flight school. That's in Pensacola, Florida. And then after that, you know, if he gets to fly jets, if he gets selected to fly jets, which is what he really wants to do, then he'll be going to Beeville, Texas. Okay, I guess that's where the jet school is. All right. Yeah, right. Like he's going to make it there. All right. So Paula's like, well, what's after that, Zach? What's after that? You know, family, kids. Do you ever think about that? So like she's fucking basically telegraphing it. Okay, she's basically wearing a sign. Like put a ring on it right fucking now. Okay, that's basically what she's doing. Okay, and Zach's trying to play coy. He knows where she's going with this, but he doesn't want to go there. So he's like, no, I don't think about that. Do you? And she's like, sometimes. Yeah. Okay, and you know, so her and Lynette have similar goals. They're just going about it in different ways. You know, Paula's like, you know what? She tells Zach, you know, if I could do a better job than them over there, I think I'd be all right. You know, and Zach's like, well, what do you mean? Well, what would you do that's so different from them? You know, she's talking about her parents. What would you do that's so different than your parents? She's like, well, first of all, I would make sure that I was really in love with the man that I married. You know, and Zach's like, well. So you're saying your mom doesn't love your dad? Well, why the fuck she marry him? And she says, because my real father wouldn't marry her. He's like, what? He's like, yeah, that's my stepfather. You know? Okay, and then she pulls out her wallet, her purse, and she shows a little black and white picture of a naval cadet, an officer candidate, okay, just like him. And he looks at it and he goes like, this guy's an officer candidate like me. He's like, yeah, that's Pop. You know? He was like, you know, no, yeah, that's Pop. Yeah, that picture was taken 22 years ago. So that tells me that she's 21 years old. All right. And just a little side note here. Okay. So obviously we know what happened. Okay. Esther, Paula's mom, fell in love with an officer candidate, just like she's doing, just like Paula's doing. And the guy decided not to fucking take her. Okay. We don't know exactly what the situation was. I think Esther did get pregnant and she did try to trap him. or maybe she got pregnant by mistake or something, or an accident. I don't fucking know. But anyway, something happened, and the guy decided to leave. He decided to leave her there, okay, and not raise his kid. Okay, for whatever reason, we don't know if he knew about the kid or if he didn't know about the kid, or if she tried to trap him, or maybe he never even knew he got her pregnant and she found that out after he was already long gone. You know, who knows? Okay, but her dad had been a naval candidate. Okay, just like Zach is right now. Okay, and obviously her dad had nothing to do with raising her. Okay, she's probably got that picture. I'm sure she doesn't have any other pictures. She probably never even met the guy, honestly, which is sad. Okay, but that's her story. That's her story. And the way she's going, she's looking like she's probably going to follow in the same footsteps as her mom. Okay, she's in love with this guy. Clearly, she's in love with Zach, and she doesn't want him to leave her the way her dad left her mom. Okay, because she knows what happened to her mom after that. Okay, and she doesn't want that to happen to her. Okay, but she's going to be a little bit more honorable about it. She's not going to fucking try to get pregnant or anything like that. All right, but she told him this because she loves him. She doesn't want him to abandon her. Maybe she's trying to make him feel guilty. Like, hey, if you leave this school without me, you're going to be just like my dad was. You know, that kind of bullshit, you know? Okay, so she's putting it all out there. She realized she's only got 3 weeks left, okay? She's not going to hold nothing back, okay? She's fucking on a kamikaze mission, okay? She's going to crash her fucking plane into that fucking tanker, you know? She's going tits up, man. There's no plan B. She's going to throw everything into this fucking relationship and try to fucking save it and try to fucking keep Zach around. All right? Like I said, she's more into him than he's into her. All right? So he backtracks a bit, you know, and these are broken people. Okay, obviously. We're getting an insight into how broken Paula is. Okay, she's probably very scared. I'm sure she's scared for a lot of other reasons, not just because she's in love with this guy, because she doesn't want history to repeat itself. She doesn't want to end up like her mom. She doesn't want to be stuck in that fucking factory like her mom is. She doesn't want to be fucking 39 years old and working at that factory with her mom on one side and her daughter on the other. You know, that's not her goal in life. Okay, that's not what she wants. Okay, so she's very invested, and these are things that she's afraid of. And Zach has also got his own fucking baggage. Okay, he was also abandoned by his parents, you know, by his mom, just like she was abandoned by hers, you know, by her dad. Okay, so you know, so they got a lot of things in common. These are broken people. These are broken people. You know, so it understands a lot as to why they're so drawn to each other, because they have similar backgrounds. Okay, they understand each other in that way. You know, and that's what makes it special. That's what makes them not fuck buddies. That makes them deeper than that, because they know each other's pain. They know what each other's going through. In a sense, even if they don't want to admit it to themselves or face it, they know. They know each other pretty well without having experienced the same things. They have experienced the same things. You see? Okay. So they're broken people. Okay, they both try not to get emotional. Okay, as they quickly say their goodbyes to each other, you know, real quick. Okay, Zach succeeds more at hiding his emotions. He's very stoic when he says goodbye to her. He's like, yeah, we'll do this thing. Maybe we'll meet up next week. Maybe not. I'm not sure. It depends how training goes this week, that kind of shit. So he makes no commitments to see her again right there. Okay. He doesn't promise to see her again, okay, and she acts okay with it. She's like, okay, well, whatever, you know, whatever. But you can tell that she's really heartbroken, okay? He gets on his motorcycle and he drives away, you know, he rides away. And she just stares at him as he drives away. You know, I think she's probably staring at him because she's probably not sure she's ever going to see him again. This is probably it, you know? It's probably it, okay? And Paula's like, you know, before he drives away, though, Paula says, like, you know, I didn't have to show you that picture if I didn't want to, you know? And he's like, yeah, I know. Like I said, very coy, very masculine. It's like, okay, bye, you know, basically. So he understands. Of course he understands. He's not stupid. He understands exactly why she showed him that picture, to guilt trip him into staying. Okay, don't do to me what my dad did to my mom. You know, of course, you know. But also I think her real reason for showing it was to let her know that, hey, listen, I know your mom left you. Hey, my dad left me. Okay, I know what that's like. I know what it's like to not be wanted by your parents. You see what I mean? Anyway, so he kisses her on the cheek and then he rides away. Okay, and she's scared. She's probably not going to see him again. Okay, well, of course she will. Okay, but you know, we haven't gotten to that part yet. All right, I'm going to stop this review right here, but I'll be back shortly to continue my review of Officer and Gentleman. I thank you very much for watching this long, and I will see you soon on the next one.